Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I am QuakeGZ, and in this video we're going to go up against the new Hokora Ruler for this year. This is going to be the Wandering Armor of Roto. So, sorry, I'm actually a week behind with this. I actually was quite busy and I actually got sick just a little bit, but I want to actually go over some of the smaller details of this particular Hokora Ruler. So here with the Wandering Armor of Roto, this is going to be recommended for special classes level 80. And as you can see here with effective skills, pretty much going to be resistant to everything. So weapon, spell, physical technique, and also breath damage. But in terms of effective attributes, you're going to have Dane and Gira. Ineffective attribute going to be Baki. For the debuffs that it uses in this particular Hokora, you're going to have sleep and also silence. So that's going to be this particular Hokora Ruler. So for this here, this team is actually going to be slightly, I would say, a bit unorthodox, but in terms of skills that I'll be using, or I should say the class skills that they have, but this should actually work, that I've actually have tried it a few times. But here with my first character, I'm going to have the Moon Axe of Rubiss. So with this, I'm going to be able to do damage and also flip buffs into debuffs. So with that, also with the successor weapon, I'm going to have on the Wandering Armor, not the Wandering Armor of Roto, but the Winged Axe of the Divine Bird. So that's actually going to be good for lowering tension level. So this should work out quite well. Not only that, I will also be using Battle Spirit Infusion to give my characters some buffs to stay alive through the battle. Then over here, this is going to actually be an Archmage that I'm going to actually have as a buffer slash healer. So with this, the Mysterious Crystal going to buff up my main attacker with Lucky Taro, and also going to be able to heal characters if needed. Then also over here, this is going to be my main attacker, which is going to be a Demon Swordsman equipped with the Loto's Dragon Sword. So this is actually going to be quite good, going to be able to lower the resistances of Dane for this particular enemy, and also trying to take out the enemy with one hit during this particular battle. So we'll see if that happens. Then over here, this is going to be a Druid equipped with the large power print Rice Scooper. So with my Druid, the main focus here is actually going to be debuffing the enemy. So I'm going to try to debuff the enemy by actually confusing it. So it's going to be weak to confusion. So if I do that right in the beginning, I should have time for buffing the first turn, and the second turn take it out. So hopefully that's going to happen. So if you want to know more about this team, you can look down the video description down below. But now I actually want to go into this Hokora. But first, before I actually do, I actually want to go over some of its abilities. So with the Wandering Armor of Roto, it's going to be an animate type enemy, going to have around 500,000 HP, 2 to 3 actions per turn. Weaknesses going to be Dane, Gira, and non-attribute damage. For its main attack, it's going to be called Kingdom Break. This does around 1600 physical damage to all characters. That's if it's going to be completely maxed out and buffed. Then after that, it's going to have a Giga Slash, which does around 700 Dane physical damage to all characters. Going to have Giga Dane, which does around 600 Dane spell damage to all characters. Going to have a Behoimu, which heals the enemy for around 250,000 HP. So that's going to be used when it gets to half of its health. Then after that, it's going to have an ability called Jibun no Chikara de Yoi Shireteiru, which is going to be self-intoxicating power. This is going to increase its tension level by 2 levels, gives itself resistances to weapon and physical technique damage, and that's pretty much going to be it for that particular ability. Then it's going to have a Kiai or Ire Naosu, which is going to be Refocus. This gives the enemy increased attack power by 1 rank, defense by 1 rank, and a protective shield. After that, it's going to have a regular attack that does around 800 damage to 1 character, Arari Homa, which casts Sleep on all characters, Skara, which increases defenses by 2 ranks, and Mahoton, which casts Silence on all characters. So notes for this: if you have a Guardian in your party, use Stand Firm for the first 2 rounds of the battle. That's going to be quite important. Here I do not, but that's going to be fine. To deal with the enemy's increased defenses, use Holy Seal or Shining Impact to reverse the buff into a debuff. And of course, you want to equip Gear, Souls, and Soul Pearls that increase your resistance and or damage to inanimate type enemies. But also, like I mentioned before, you can actually confuse the enemy. So confuse the enemy in order to not necessarily miss its turn, but make sure it doesn't take its regular actions or most powerful skills. It will still attack, and it will attack itself and attack you. And even with its regular attacks, like I said, it does a lot of damage. But with that said, I want to go into this particular battle. Here, I cannot use any items. So with that said, here we go. Okay, so here we go with this battle. So hopefully things actually do work out well. So here, I was not able to get the buff that I wanted, or the debuff, I should say. So here what I'll do is I will actually go and use Seinaru Chikara. And going to use Heroes Gather Strength. Here what I'll do is I will actually go ahead and flip the buff into a debuff. So that's going to work out there. And here going to go ahead and buff with Lucky Taro. And ooh, got the good one. So now all I have to do is wait, and here got max tension. So pretty much this next round, Wandering Swordsman is going to actually be taken out. So I lost 2 characters, but that's fine. So with this next attack, I should be able to take out So here, going to use First Blast. So this should be enough to take it out. With 1 hit. Yes. So over 900,000 damage. Okay. So this Hokora is worth 36,523 XP. So the Wandering Armor of Roto is a red soul. Here I got a D. Okay, so that was my battle against the Wandering Armor of Roto. So with this particular battle, things didn't go exactly the way I had planned. So one thing that did not happen was the sudden activation ability of the large paw print Rice Scooper, which actually lowers the agility of the enemy. That actually didn't get put onto the enemy, which made it actually take its turn first, so which is why I ended up losing 2 of my characters. So you didn't actually see me use confusion for this particular battle, but with that, besides that, in terms of my strategy just for taking out the enemy, that actually worked out quite well. So I buffed up my Demon Swordsman quite a bit in order to take it out, even with its increased resistances to weapon damage, with that 1 hit just taken down just like that. So that's pretty much going to be my strategy for taking out this particular enemy. So with that said, what I want to do is now actually show you the soul for this particular enemy, so going to actually be right over here. So with this, the Wandering Armor of Roto is going to be a red soul. So with red souls, the main skills or main basic skills are going to be in your max HP, your strength, and then also agility, dexterity. So here 105 to your max HP, 174 to your strength, 96 for durability, so that's actually pretty good, 124 for your agility, 137 for your dexterity, so that's actually not so bad. Then in terms of the abilities that you get, plus 10% to weapon skill damage, plus 8% to Dane weapon and physical technique damage, plus 8% to Shadow weapon and physical technique damage, plus 4% to your guard rate, and plus 20 to your agility, depending on the weather. In this case, is going to be if it is cloudy, so that is going to be this particular soul there. So with that said, that's going to be it for this video. So for the next video, there's actually a new event going on that just started, so I will be going over that, but eventually I will be going over the super high difficulty quest for the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 rewalk, but please stay tuned for that. With that said, I'm going to end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.